Hey chat, how's it going? I come back to the stream and I'm like, it's been 42 years. Finding your mechanics. I might read that later. For now though, I'm gonna post that I'm going live. I might check out the leaks as well. Working on Lord Xander. Level up. Let's see. Where is desktop? Let's try to make sure that this is a relatively good... What the heck? A relatively good volume so I don't blow your guys' eardrums out. What are we at? I can go up a little bit more. But yeah, hey, welcome. It's been much too long since the last time things have happened. Let's do... this. Hey, my refreshed into a 750. Arena Cube, Premiere, etc, etc. Yeah, it has been way too long since we played Magic the Gathering. I feel like I found an excuse over the last several weeks to be like, I don't know, we can't play Lord Xander. But today for sure. Today for sure. I do wanna peep some of the leaks too. Leaked cards from the upcoming starter kits. Okay, the planes is from, I think, Final Fantasy 15? And it's got the car that everybody's pushing at the beginning of 15. That's really funny. I don't recognize most of these things. I will wait. Maybe watch a video going on over it later. How's it going, Krish? Anything fun, cool, or exciting today, or not particularly? So Dragonstorm hits tomorrow? Oh, interesting. You can get the companion from last set. Spicy. Alright. We're gonna hop into some games. We're gonna level up. Been measuring lids all morning. Bet you wanna blow your top now, huh? Blue or red spells? White or black spells? Oh, we getting our dailies done today, boys. Alright, we got Xander up to level 31. We have 1 point available. I think we're at the point where we were adding, like... Yeah, we were adding, like, rare lands now, which is really, really nice. Alright, I need to... Something... The music that is happening keeps changing scenes. And it keeps distracting me, so it is going to hide. Hide away. This deck is pretty spicy. Definitely looking forward to the heavy bag at the gym. Fair. We got Dastardly Dwayne. We did get the April Fool's, We did get the April Fool's Rock Boy. I will say, having it been a week since the Deadpool Secret Lair drop, I was pleasantly surprised with the amount of stock. The foil variant, I think it was, one of the two, lasted, like, through the evening. It was still available for sale at, like, 7, 8 p.m. or something like that, Central. So, I'm pleasantly surprised with how long it took to sell out of this limited print run product. I am not surprised, I am not happy about the fact that it was a limited print to begin with, but that's fine. First match of the day, we have Ayula, Queen Among Bears. Actually, I was gonna say no, this is a bad hand, but this hand is pretty good, assuming we get a third land. No, we have a third land. This hand is great. I'm just gonna do it right now. And we're gonna get a Steam Vents. Thundering Falls, that one. Steam Vents was the better play. I don't want that. Okay. Oh, so they're gonna buff Wilson. Okay, that's good. No, not really, actually. I think we just passed, right? Trample Ward 2. Yeah, you got it. Yeah, you got it. Ouch, that hurts a little bit. Will we survive? Will we survive long enough to get this done? We might have to play... Hold on, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. If they have 2 bears in their hand, we die. We need a land. That will kill us. Well, hold on. This is our way. How we stay alive. I guess we die if they have a bear and a pump spell too. We might just be dead. Oh yeah, we're dead. Good game. That also works, having the thing that gives all of their creatures +3/+3. I was greedy because I was like, there's no guarantee we draw land. We need to try to draw land and hope they don't have a 4th bear. Or Garrick's Wild Speaker. Although... yeah, I think with me having 1 mana up, fair. This was sorcery, right? Yeah. Made mushroom and chicken stew for lunch this week. The odor it developed is distinctly that of chocolate. You get a lot of weird odors when it comes to, like, combining food items. Like the... What was the one? There was something that we had eaten recently. Smelled like, or tasted like, one of the two. It like had the distinct odor, I think, or taste of Dr. Pepper. And it was most certainly not Dr. Pepper. I think that most often happens to me with like root beer, because root beer uses like roots, and so like you can incidentally make like a root beer flavor. There's a lot of weird things that food does. Would it be gastronomy? Is that the study of... practice of choosing, cooking, and eating good food. I guess gastronomy is just good food in general. This is a terrible hand comparatively. Also, what is Flyby Trawler? What do they do? Let me look at this before I... Whenever Arius attacks, seek a non-shark card. Discard it. That sounds problematic. We'll do it. 1, 2, 3. High likelihood we might die. Oh wait, just 2? Oh, just 2. Uh-oh. Wait, is that on each shark? Just on Arias, okay. Oh wait, this is a curve. Uh-oh. We're gonna die very quickly if they have, like, a discard effect. One or more. One or more, okay. So they want to discard one at a time. Got it. Okay. How dead are we? I like the pirate sharks we're getting. Like, Marauding Mako is a really, really good card, in my opinion. Like, just look at him. He's so cool. Wait, what is the flavor text? What a bunch of junk. I'll take the lot. Why? Surveil land. Try to dig us out of this hole. Mana Geode will not get us out of this hole. I am good on lands, please. Or land adjacent cards. Is it a good thing that your homeboy is... that your stew is chocolate scented?
Focus on what matters.
It's Board Wiper bust very soon. Three, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We're dead next turn. This'll work, I guess. We buy a turn to try to find a board wipe? I did not expect Kazmina, the Planeswalker from War of the Spark, to get, like, to do extremely well in a specific deck. Except for maybe, like, Wizard's Typal. Well, that's not good. What card do you get? Oh, and you discard a card? Alright. There's a lot of really, really cool effects happening here. Alright, we have... if they minus Kazmina, lethal on board. They just had lethal on board. That was an unfortunate game. But it's fine. Yeah, I appreciate them just going for it. Not doing any fancy words or anything like that. I would, if it were me, I probably would try to get my spell quota in. Not a lot of black spells being cast today. I also do want to complete all of my challenges today because of reset. I believe every new set refreshes your challenges to max, right? I could be wrong on that. Let's go to Magic Spoiler and see if the leaks are there and translated. No. I go first. That's a lot of Dragon's Approaches. Let's take the free one. That's really good, actually. I like that one. That's a really good hand. What do you do? Faramir. At the beginning of your end step, choose an opponent. If they didn't attack you, draw a card. Otherwise, make 3 human soldiers. We'll do it now, just so it resolves. Faramir. I like the board. I didn't realize these borders were in Arena. I feel like when in doubt, I should just always count on drawing mana. Bergie. Bergie's not bad. I think we cast a Bergie. Bergie sounds really nice, actually. Alright, what are you getting? A 3-drop mana rock. Would it be the Horn? Yeah, I know my Lord of the Rings cards. I know my Lord of the Rings cards. Draw 3, trash 2. That's not terrible, right? Let's actually line up our lands. I'm gonna discard a couple Dragon's Approaches, actually. Or... yeah, let's do that. Boom. How do you like them apples, opponent? Exiled your Evolving Wilds. If they didn't attack you, draw a card. Okay. So I will, for sure, not be attacking them. Which is kind of sad because I kind of wanted to fetch Red Dragon if true. Let's do... do we do Drakaseth and go into a board wipe? Or do we do Hidetsugu and Kairi and play against a board wipe? Hidetsugu and Kairi also lines up Red Dragon on our next turn. I think we do that one. On top. On top? Wait. On top. In this order. No attacks, you can have your card. There's an argument for Drakaseth being better, but it plays into a board wipe so much easier. Which is why I don't want to do that. Horn of Gondor, that's gotta go this turn. Plane cycling, okay. The Horn's gotta go, but like, does the Horn gotta go? Yeah. Yeah. And do I feel like giving them human tokens? I think so now. I'd rather give them the human tokens than the card at this point, because I have Crux in hand. That makes sense to me. Okay. Okay. I like it. You gonna get rid of Bergie too? Fourth from the top, very strange. Thank you, opponent. I appreciate you so much. This and this. Put you on top, just in case. Just in case they kill my my Kairi. Are they gonna? Please.
For the innocent.
I would like to draw 3 cards, please. That's so good. Dragon's Approach, next turn Dragon's Approach? This turn Red Dragon, next turn Dragon's Approach. Yeah. This way I can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I would need Bergie out to actually go through counter magic if they had any. What a play, what a play. Okay. Make a flying angel human? Not a human, soldier. Yep. Expertly played. What a crazy sequence. Very, very nice. Up to 33 with 2 points available. Very, very nice. We cast 15 red spells today. We are not casting our black spells today. There is so much red in our deck. I gotta say, I didn't get any of the fancy SpongeBob cards. Like none of the fancy bonus cards. But the Krabby Patty is so good. Let's see if I can. Da, 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 da. That's how it feels. I go first. They're doing Bruna? So I just make sure I counter that when it happens, if possible. I really want to surveil land, but I need black. Its controller loses 2 life. What a good sorcery. Angel. Okay, if that was Cavern, I would have cried. Let's do the tapped. Yeah, I know what card we need next. It's a Surveil land. I realize we got black, we still don't have red. We need a black and red land. We need the Rakdos. Oh no. Oh no. Alright, we're gonna die. We're just going to lose. Angels cost 2 less, so they can cast a 5-drop angel? Yeah. Yep. I don't know if I care much about... Well, Yep. That one I'll say no to. That one I'll say no to, and we'll draw a red source and pop Urza's Incubator, right? No. Alright, well. Uh-huh. I would really like a red source, please. None of these are instants, I realized, either. It's pretty good. Okay. I think we popped both of those, yeah? Hold on. Arcane Signet. I'm taking 10, down to 7. Do we get a red source? No. Awesome. We have perfectly sculpted our hand into something so terrible that it's almost beautiful. Perfection. I even had the opportunity to get a red source. I forgot. That is the next card we are adding to this deck. We have the points. It is going in now. A red Shockland. A Rakdos Shockland. Alright. Decks. Our level 31 Xander deck. Pay 2. Land. Blood Crypt. Down a mountain. We have 0 points left, but it is well worth it because the amount of times that we have been shafted by not having that and we could fetch it is now at least 1. It's probably higher than 1. So, maybe dual lands are pretty good. Maybe dual lands are really nice. What a world we live in, though. I feel like... in thinking about it, the disdain. This is definitely a side tangent because I was looking at the SpongeBob cards and I'm like, we live in this timeline. I feel like the disdain for Universes Beyond is very, very much the same as the trend where you would see brands like Nike, Adidas, I don't know why shoes, I can't think of any other brand right now besides shoes. I don't even have those. Any other brand. This is where we need, okay. Would try to hop on like a trend or hype, and then it's not popular anymore because a brand did it, and they're like Silence brand. That's the same thing that Universes Beyond is, I'm realizing. I have a mountain, I have an island, I need a swamp. Okay. Lightning Shrieker in hand is not great. It's not super good. Also a high likelihood we just get drowned out by Necrobloom power. Necrobloom's a very good card. But I'm here to do one thing, and that's approach with dragons. Hold. Let's adjust the auto just a little bit more down. Hold. Tireless Tracker. Okay. They went first or second? They went second. I played a land first. Tireless Tracker is really, really good with, Necrobloom, isn't it? Huh. Well, a land gives me Lightning Shrieker. And then another land gives me... Okay, you gonna... If they sack it, that'd be really good. Actually, I think the best play here would have been... Land its Fabled Passage, crack Fabled Passage, cast... that's really good too, actually. Never mind. We're good. No land in hand. Alright, land does give me Lightning Shrieker. We do cast Lightning Shrieker, I think. Before they can even look at it, it's gone. Vanish into smoke. Alright, we are... That does not give lifelink, which is good. They did have another land. Okay. That would have hurt. Strength of the Harvest would have been tough. Okay. Vigilance, Scythe Cat Club. Okay. I mean, we just gotta keep going for Dragon's Approaches. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. If they get a land, then we're dead. If they have a land in these three cards they've drawn this turn, we actually just die. Okay. Guess who forgot to record like a doofus? It's fine, we're very dead here. Good game. Xaxes, even. And they didn't cast anything either. Well, okay. The moment Scythe Cat Cub resolved, we died. We were banking on a land to keep us alive with our dragon. Oh wait, where's Xander level 32? Hold on, let's go back. I forgot to change my deck name. We got one random winner layer. And we added a Shockland because we are sorely in need of fixing. I tutored for the wrong land. Worst part was, it was even a land that I could surveil with, and I'm like, oh yeah, we're set. We're good. It's fine. Titania. We can do nothing with this hand. It's also only 3 drops. We can do better. Sure. Okay. So we Dragon Rage Channeler, right? I really don't want a Bajuka Bog when I know that their whole deck is built around milling lands. Whenever one of our lands put into graveyard, if they're at the beginning of your upkeep. Okay, good. Very nice. DRC. And you can bet your behind I will block this Lotus Cobra. You can absolutely be sure. I also cannot compulsive research. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana? Okay. Oh, Shadow's Verdict actually hits their commander too. Interesting. I think we sandbag Bajuka Bog as long as possible. If there are 4 or more land cards in your graveyard. I would like to Dragon's Approach. That land gets us to Shadow's Verdict without playing our exile land, but I think that they're probably gonna mill some cards. No attacks. If we get punished for that, just because we don't get a 5th land, that's on me. When have I ever been punished for that, though? Skyclad Relic. Okay. Let's discard a Dragon's Approach. Surveil. This is where I'm now getting greedy. I'm gonna get rid of that. Okay. There is now a Damnation. Land set up for Damnation if need be. Also, I just realized, high likelihood they could be like, I don't know, Craterhoof Behemoth? That would hurt. Hoof would hurt out of nowhere, yeah. Galley Greeters, okay. Nylea, okay. This feels pretty brutal. This feels backbreaking, actually. Let's not block here. No, we're not gonna block. 5, 17? Let's not block here. Damnation. Dragon's Approach can go to the bin. One. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. What you got, Rando? Questing Beast? That's also really good. That's also really good. And it turns on Nylea. Ow. How many Dragon's Approaches we got in the bin? 1, 2? We have to do this and chump with Thieving Aven, which sucks. This really hurts. This really, really hurts. My bird. Alright, listen here. Yeah, I guess we should have tried to Shadow's Verdict. We should have, We should have bogged earlier, I suppose. Unfortunate. Let me cast my spells, though, at least. I didn't expect Questing Beast off top. What a top deck, too. Insanely good. That killed us. The fact that it was a 2-pip Hasty Boy means 9 damage the turn after a board wipe, which I was like, nah, there's no way. There's no way. There was a way. There was very much so a way. crazy. It's crazy that the Deadpool card caused a 50-cent card to become a $22 card. Alright, what's going on here? Is this resolving? Is this not resolving? What's the dealio? The other part, they had so much mana to do that too. Good game, opponent. Crazy. Alright. Okay. What if I had a 0 mana spell? What if I had Force of Despair? That wouldn't work. What if I had, something? Nothing, I would. Actually... Hold on a second. Is... Modern Horizons 3 hit this format, right? Modern Horizons 3 exists in Brawl. Where MH3... not Commander. Black. Okay, Toxic Deluge, I forgot, was printed in MH3. Flare of Malice. The Flare cycle is actually pretty spicy with Lord Xander. You can cast Xander, you get a free sacrifice outlet. Specifically I think I would use the red and the black one. I guess Counterspell is also good. Like, all of them are really good with Xander. Maybe those are my next ad. The Flare cycle. Discard changes. I made no new deck. The Flare cycle with Lord Xander? I'm gonna look up the Master. The Master multiplied shot up in price thanks to Deadpool. People are planning degenerate things with this card. People are planning degenerate things with this card. Grab the prize. This is a terrible keep. This just is a terrible keep. No. Why are you so close to greatness? Nope. I guess we're keeping 6 and go and grab the prize. Where did it bring you? Back to me, it said. Okay. It's like I never mulliganed. Wait, they're doing Ramos with Gigantha? That's sick. That's actually cool. Let's use our mana wisely. Okay, next turn we can DRC Trainway, and then the turn after we can... No, we Dragon Approach next turn, right? Yeah. Fuera. Wait, this is really cool. I forgot Gigantha has a really, really easy to follow companion plan. Alright, well, things are getting out of control. I also realized I don't have a second red source. DRC might be dying for nothing. I should have played Trainway Station. That way at least we could maybe... Nah, we're not. We're not getting rid of Ramos. Who am I kidding? Add red or green. I'm just gonna take it. You're still in the zone of you love me some Marvel, but not in your Magic? Fair. True. Alright, well, this sucks. Scry. No. no. We are dead next turn. Like, actually, there's a non-0% chance we're dead this turn. Ramos can just go. They cast... Let's see. 2, 6. They need to cast 6 colors worth of spells. There's 2. Alright, I guess we're living this turn. I'm not happy about it, because yikes, we are in a rough spot. But we're just gonna... die. I'll hit him with a good game, though. Nothing happened that game. That game was just a whole bunch of do nothing, die. Which is... I really tried. I really tried to get rid of the hand that was like, hey, I'm just gonna grab the prize. And it said, you wouldn't keep this as a 7, but would you go to 5 or keep this? And I said, yes. Yeah. Ooh, piece of candy. Let's open it. Is that a mythic? I mean, that's the best kind of mythic. That's a Final Fantasy card if I wanted. I probably won't be able to have the self-control to wait until then, but I'm doing a pretty good job. Look at this. 900 gems, 20k coins, a draft token. We're holding on. Things are okay. I don't know why the shop is trying to sell me things. I don't want them. These are really pretty, though. Like, look at that cat. We still don't know the secret layer that I'm waiting for. Let's go into our next match. Let's try to win another game. We've gotten 1 win today. But it's fine. Buy a Storm Scale Scion? It's a mythic. I can't even add it to my deck yet. I literally can't use it. I wanna check Dragonstorm prices though. Now that you bring it up. Magic, Tarkir. Shop the set. I don't know why there was that extra page I had to click through. Tempest Talk is apparently a best match. What is best selling? All of the sealed product. That makes sense. Ugin's kind of dropping a little bit. Ugin is now a $60 card instead of a $71. All right. Hear me out. Hold. We've got a 2-drop. They can play Koth and kill my 2-drop. Ooh, they might be playing Koth very soon. They might be playing Koth very soon. I think they can kill my 2-drop right away. Which would mean they'd be able to... Okay. Okay. Not awful. I would like to heist your library, though. I like heisting things. Oh, they're absolutely killing that? Absolutely, yup. I still get to heist, though. Let's discard Dragon's Approach. Destroy target land, they search for a basic. As it enters, choose color or Underworld Breach. Caged Sun I want, I think. A blue source introducing Night and Day. Very cool. Alright, no blue source. Red source. Into... Do we just open up? No, we Dragon's... Yeah, we Dragon's Approach. At the risk of them... I guess we should have done that and made them miss a land drop is the better option, potentially. You want to pre-order a box at 105 so bad, but it's a sealed product? I will say, I think a lot of this set will be opened. Like, so many people have said, I like this set, that I feel like it is too good not to open, right? Yeah, we should have just gotten Bergie removed, it's fine. Yeah. Things are not looking hot. Things are looking actually rather poor. To the point where I think we're just dead. No top deck saves us next turn. There's not a top deck in the game that saves us next turn, so... Oh, that'll also do it. What was my third option? It was Breach, Cage Sun, and destroy a land, search for a land. That was almost really good. We even got Dragon's Approaches. I'm gonna kill Xander, or Koth. Always have a backup plan. Always have a backup plan, and it's gone. Very funny. They killed me with the Lagak. Once more. Once more. I think I need to... I'm in a weird spot where I'm, like, greedy with my land drops, and I'm punished for it. But then I keep my land drops, and I get lands. Is this the plight of man? I think this might just be the plight of man. Schrodinger's lands. If you don't want them, you'll get them. The Mind Skinner. The last time I played against the Mind Skinner deck, it was close. I think I won the last game, though. We want lands and Dragon's Approaches. This is neither, but it's Bitter Reunion. And if we get Drakasa... Okay, sure. Don't like that. That's not great. Shotgun Steam Vents. Because my life does not matter. It's going to be... Yeah. Oh, you gotta know I have an opponent. I will absolutely cleave. Alright. Bitter Reunion. Discarding... Inherited Envelope? Tapped land, because it doesn't matter, exile your stuff. Next turn we can... Vadrak? Introduce Day-Night? I'm not gonna give you ever... I'm never giving you cards, opponent. I am never giving you cards. I might give you some cards. Maybe. Maybe. It feels improper to give you cards right now, though, that's for sure. I'll pay. I pay my taxes. Is that an instant? It is. Okay. Whenever you draw a card, target opponent mills 2. That's... I'm getting a little bit scared. Let's do this. Okay. How do I feel about that? Pretty good? End turn. Discard a card. Discard... Red Dragon? Maybe not. Let's discard Tramway Station. I will pay. Okay. Okay, this is why Vadrak's in the deck. This is why Vadrak is in the deck. This looks so good. Look at this. Okay. Vadrak is doing the exact thing that I wanted him to. Okay. Red Dragon into bin. What do you got? I will still absolutely pay my flashbacks. Autopay. Surveil 3. I hate most of those. Seek 2 cards. So we can seek pay. Autopay. Get a land? Nice. I will not shuffle these into my library. Play the bird. Pay. There's a very high chance Sphinx's tutelage kills me, by the way. Sphinx's tutelage is terrifying. Okay, we did lose Feed the Swarm, which gets rid of Sphinx's tutelage. But we're in a very good spot to win. Really? Okay. Interesting. One, two. I mean, we cast Dragon's Approach, right? I would like to resolve this spell, please, opponent. I'll pay. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4. I would like a Drakaseth, please. How do you feel about Drakaseth, opponent? Okay, attack trigger happens. Okay. And they're dead to a Dragon's Approach. That's a really good card. I should have just cast Dragon's Approach. What am I doing? You can have your card. My bad. Actually, no, you can't. I'll pay. Are we in a counter war and brawl? Okay. Yeah, okay. I have 63 cards in library. That's not good. That's not good. Okay. Whew. Whew. Panicked for a second. Alright, you're dead on board in multiple ways, opponent. What do you have? 26 to 55. Do they have Bruvac activate? Okay, that's fine. What else? Okay. That was a little nerve-wracking for a second when they hit like 3 mills in a row. I was like, alright, settle down. Settle down. It's okay. The Mind Skinner is by far our most volatile matchup. Because on one hand, we like Dragon's Approaches in our bin. On the other hand, they can absolutely mill our dragons. Alright. The Flare was really, really good there. The Flare actually, I think, saved us an extra turn cycle there, in which case we almost would have, like, it's much more likely we would have lost the more turns.
And that means X.
Alright, somebody said nice fedora. What is this even in reply to? What? Alright, let me in. I'm not the starting player, so I get cheap stuff. Lateral. Gotta stay off field. We have a lot of 2-drops. I'm gonna do this one. When in doubt, discard lands. Hold. Alright. One of these is very good. For me, the others are just good for not having them have it. Alright. We can get rid of Lathril this turn? No, we cannot. Plot Highway Robbery and prepare for a future turn. Heist, exile one of them face down, so they don't know what green card I took. Okay, that's unsettling. Why are you casting Dark Ritual? Why are you now hesitating? X equals 5. Seedborn Muse? I don't know why they'd get Seedborn Muse, though. Dionysus. Oh. Yep, nope. That one's gotta go. Post haste. This is where we shock in the Rakdos one, right? Feed the Swarm Lathril. It's gonna hurt, but I think we have to, especially while they're untapped. And then discard a Dragon's Approach. I like how you can choose to do none of the above. I'm not gonna discard a land, discard or sack a land. Instead, I'm just going to cast this spell that does nothing. I will block your Llanowar Elves. I will deprive you of mana. I don't know about that one. Let's... I guess we could stop that from flipping, right? At the cost of 2 life? Let's pass the turn. How big is it? It's an 8/8 on the backside? Pass to blockers. What now? How many Dragon's Approaches? Just one. Faithless Looting. Alright. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need a land. That's a pretty good series of draws. We do have a second Black Source, okay. This is not bad. We can do this. They get to cast that. Maybe... What do they do? Elvish War Master? Pretty good. We know for sure they used Homeboy. Zalortha's legendary, so they have access to that 3 mana now. Destroy all non-dragons. It feels like we are still fairly in control. It feels like we win next turn. We don't actually win. 8, 14... Oh wait, now we for sure don't win this next turn. Land gives us Xander, not land gives us Dragon's Approach. Take action. Drakuseth. Treasure token. Now we get Xander. And I don't think we cast Xander, actually. This felt way better line. The top deck of the Crux of Fate was huge. Huge, huge, huge. So we'll let us stay alive. Discard a card. Sack an island permanent. Lose 3 life. Lose 3 life. Yeah. If they had 2 more mana, we would have lost Drakuseth and been to 3? Which would have hurt. But we got the win. Which means we get to add more interaction, luckily. Those flares, I'm very high on the flares. I'm gonna set this to 0 just because we're adding a flare right now. Why lands? What? Flare. What is my most... What threat am I the most worried about? Flare of Duplication would allow me to copy spells that progress me to mid-game earlier, which I'm kind of thinking about. I think that the order I'm actually interested in is red, black, blue. Because, like, counterspells are nice. I have access to counterspells. I don't really care about too many things, and I don't have too many blue things that I want to counter in this range. Well, no, I literally can't counter anything until 3 drops. And there's only 2 of them. 3, 4, 5. There's 5 blue things I can use to counter. There's 0 black things I can use, besides Xander, so it's red. I did not realize I had so few black and blue creatures. Okay, is anything underperforming? We have 34 lands. Is 34 lands still too high? We've been mana screwed this entire day. So no. Young Red's still good. Is it? I really don't want it to be another Dragon's Approach, right? 26 Dragon's Approaches? Seems a little small. Maybe it's Inherited. My 3-drop mana rocks, as the games have been progressing, feel bad, and Inherited Envelope is the worst of them all. Because it doesn't have evasion, and it doesn't do anything on ETB 9 times out of 10. I think that's our cut. Arena Weekly announcements are here. Yeah, I think we're doing pretty good. I'm very excited to Dragon's Rage Channeler flare somebody's Cultivate. I would absolutely flare a Cultivate, especially in this deck. Because I think accelerating alongside them is better to me than not. I don't know what not. Hear me out. Yes. Hold. Hear me out. Hear me out. Never punished. See? We have a turn 2 play. It's Surveil into a turn 4 land. We're doing real good. Alright. Let's stick Bergie now. That seems good. A Vadrak would be huge. We don't have any tutors for creatures, right? There's Gamble. Let's move to combat. Okay. I guess we could have shocked that into play, foretold a card. Okay. Interesting. Instants and sorceries cost less, so they could still have counter magic is the thing. I really want Baral gone. I really do. Dragon's Approach happens, though. Dragon's Approach happens. Okay. Whenever you draw your second card each turn, make a fairy. So, the greed play is draw a land, Ravenform Ral. How many untapped lands do we have that do that? I'm not gonna be greedy here, I'm just gonna swing. They definitely could have killed Bergie there. They definitely could have killed Bergie there. So maybe they thought I was baiting them when I really wasn't. Okay. I think I want this to resolve, right? Like, Dragon's Approach, just cast another one. How do you feel about that? It's incidental damage at this point. I'm not going to swing because I think they have a way to draw 2 cards. And when they draw their second card a turn, they can turn on Thopter Fabricator. I missed that last time. I'm not going to fall into it this time. Yeah. That also would have hurt. Creatures, artifacts, or enchantments phase out. Okay. Sure. I can compulsive into Dragon's Approach if I draw another one. That's really good. Are they gonna turn it on and attack? Really? Okay. Awfully bold of them. I'll attack. Yeah. You got block? Awfully bold. They could have done the thing. Let's do me. Let's drop this. We have enough black sources, we'll always need more red. And do young red. I like it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're a card away from Lord Xander. We can cast H and K. Which is 5, 6, 7. So I think if we get a land next turn that is untapped, we go Xander. Because if we do that, then if we get another land the turn after, we can go... Alright, well... This just gets countered, right? Like, there's no world that this doesn't get countered. And I can't even tell if they have no actions to take. So we'll end the turn. I think they've got instants and sorceries. Yeah. Make a 4/4. Things are gonna hurt. Make a 7/7 next turn. Things are going to hurt. It might have been worth trying to slam H and K, but I feel like they, at this point, just still have counter magic for 2 mana. Or they could dig 4, find 2. Yeah, next turn we H and K Dragon's Approach. I guess if they tap out, we can Xander. They're not gonna tap out. They're gonna hold up counter magic. We H and K for sure. No blocks. This is a very weird control-y matchup that I'm playing against. H and K, do the thing. Get it countered. That's fine. Yep. Color me surprised. Dragon's Approach. No blocks, no attacks, nothing like that. They can get my red dragon to lose all abilities, which is rough. Curiosity, huh? Hit the young red. Or did I hit Bergie? Bergie's not a bad idea. Let's refresh. 6 mana. No land, right? Midnight Clock. I think we're just gonna lose to flyers. If they have counter magic, this, well, hold on. 3, 6, 9. We're just dead. We're just dead to aerial attacks, yeah. Get this countered, it's fine. I think that there's mathematically no way that we, live here. It's, like, statistically improbable. Ow, my body. No attacks. You got it. Even if they didn't counter that, let's say they don't have this 2-2. 3, 6, 10, 13 in the air, 14 in the air. They can crew this. That is 18 in the air. Because they could cast a spell, crew it. We were super dead. Shark Typhoon. Ow, my body. Grish, I guess I have a question. Will you be buying singles of Magic product or no? Bro, crew the Summoning Sick Shark. Yeah, we were super dead. Even if we landed that flyer, we could soak up 2 blockers or 2 attackers, so 4, 8. We would have been at -3. Very, very nice. Let's see if we can win some more, maybe. Please. Please, please, please. What do we got? A terrible... It's so close to good. It's so close to good. Do we keep this and just scoop if we don't draw a red source? I won't scoop if we don't draw a red source, but we are on the draw. I'm gonna keep the riskiest hand we've kept all day. I'm gonna do it. This is the dream that we talked about, where DRC into Flare. I'm keeping this just for that reason. It is a... Ooh! Yes! That is exactly what we said. This is everything we wanted. Alright. Okay. Yeah, you got it. Let's attack. Now let's see what... Alright, well that's not a land. Or that's not a spell that we can cast. Let's swing. Dragon's Approach into the bin. Alright, now Dragon Voice Channeler cannot swing anymore. That's fine. Aw, man. Oh man. Alright. Yes. Into the bin. 2 for 2. Let's... What do we grab here? Is there any way that we can get rid of a dude when he hits the field? No. So we do Wash Away and make him have it now? Yeah, let's show counter magic on their commander next turn. I think that this is proper if they miss a land drop, because they played the... I feel like they kept this hand based on Death Bloom. Because, like, casting Xenagos into Rothka into whatever they do next, it seems like a really good curve. No blocks. Okay, we did call the bluff. When you cast a creature spell, are they gonna cast like a sorcery that I can ever? That's really good. Maybe we should have tutored for the board wipe. No. Do. Yes. This is gonna hurt. This is really gonna hurt. Yeah, no, I'm washing that away. Mana Geode can go. We are getting rid of DRC this turn, right? Maybe? We have to, right? Hold on, 1, 2, 3, 4. Can we not afford to? 10, 11. It doesn't matter either way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If they get another land, Xenagos becomes a creature. Either way, this is lethal next turn, so we don't block. Okay. Do we just hope to top deck, have a thing on top? Yes. No. Do we have to flare it? And hope we get another one? A fourth one? I think we have to flare it. Oh, that's not how that works. That's fine. We're very dead. It was close. That was the riskiest keep that we had taken in our entire lives, though. So, like, honestly, all things considered, turned out fine. I forgot how much of a powerhouse Xenagos is. What a cool commander. It's not a creature most of the time, and it just doubles power and toughness. I wonder, do I build eventually Godzilla, King of Monsters? Because, like, Zalortha's a really cool card. Like, power matters lethal. I feel like Zalortha is the one card where it's like, I don't know whether I prefer the Universes Beyond or Universes Within, just because... Yo, it's the Ditto. It's the mirror match. I go first. Surveil land. No, I go first, Black Source. We'll get a Black Source next turn, hit DRC this turn. Because, like, on one hand, I really like Zalortha because they didn't have a Magic equivalent for, like, 2 years or something like that. It only existed on Arena. There was no paper version of Zalortha. However, the flavor text on Mom Zalortha was crazy. Yeah. I don't think they have Stifle. Man. Because Mom was the first time that they were actually reprinted, right? I need a Black Source. And I need double Kyrie stuff eventually. This is the one. Contaminated Aquifer. They're like, what the hell? What was that? Let's... I think we Dragon Rage for... That's fine. What's the word? Choice of Fortunes? Right? I think this is fine. Then we do Archmage next turn, Choice of Fortunes the turn after that. Maybe Choice grabs something else. Because, like, on one hand, I really like Godzilla. Listen here. I'm doing it this turn. That can go bin. We need black sources, not blue sources. How many? We have 0 Dragon's Approaches right now. That is a second red source. I think we'll keep that. No, we wouldn't have been able to anyway. We only have 1 blue/black source. You choose a creature or planeswalker. Goodbye, Archmage Emeritus. I'm sorry. Well, Hidetsugu and Kairi. Okay. I mean, we don't let this opportunity slip by, right? We are sticking Archmage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If they get removal for Archmage, then that's fine. If they don't get removal for Archmage, we're casting 2 Dragon's Approaches next turn. Ooh, what if they're the one masochist who runs, like, Test of Talents? What if they run Test of Talents? Alright, I think they got removal for Archmage. Alright, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Exile a thing. That's another red source. Boop. How do you feel, opponent? That can go bin. Boop. Faithless Looting can go bin. Ah, they're gonna tap down my... Oh, that's what they were doing. Got it. Saving on that damage. If that's the case... That actually... Well, that actually made a difference. They saved themselves from lethal. Because I could have gotten Red Dragon, and Red Dragon would have been lethal damage. If I had swung with 1 last turn. That's really funny, actually. Oh, wait. Not Drakuseth. Not Drakuseth. Alright, well. I could destroy all dragons. That would be very funny. If I don't have that top deck. 7. Oh. Wait, we got it. Rusko just from the top ropes? Wait, do I have red? I hope I have Red Dragon alive still. That doesn't matter. I think we win if Red Dragon's here. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4. From the top ropes? From the top ropes? Lethal from the top ropes on the mirror match? Alright. Let's go. From the top ropes. Never saw it coming. That could have gone so much worse if they had 1 more turn. That was actually very, very smart on their part. I don't know if it was an intentional or not, or if they were just trying to, like, let's say, if they probably thought I was gonna get Dragon's Approach last turn. I didn't. But they were keeping up the 4 mana to tap down whatever's threatening, and since they had the mana and weren't gonna do anything with it, they tapped down. If I didn't top deck Rusko, that saved their life. And then Breach the Multiverse, getting my Drakuseth, and them having Hidetsugu and Kairi meant they're swinging for 12, hitting for 4, and killing whatever else is in play. I was very, very dead without that top deck. Rusko's a pretty good card. Let me check, Zolortha, MTG. Many thought they knew its weaknesses. They're dead. What a good flavor text. It reminds me of the flavor text of the... What was it, the light bowgun? Alright, do we do the Coalstone? From a graveyard on the battlefield? Oh, that's really good. Did this card jump up in price when Deadpool was spoiled? I'm very curious. I'm very curious, actually. What was the name of it? Cole Stoke Gearhulk. It's still $1. I would have expected if the Master Multiplied jumped up $20, that anything even remotely related to this would jump up. I really like the graffiti arts on these cards. Yeah, no, it's very stable. I guess if Deadpool was a 4-drop... Deadpool is a 4-drop. Wait. Wait. Deadpool's a 4-drop. If Deadpool dies, you can reanimate it on turn 5 with this? Put it back in the command zone, recast it turn 6. That is 2 creatures with text boxes swapped. That's huge. And then the Master multiplied is probably still quite a bit. Okay, it's settled a little bit. The Showcase Surge Foil. Okay, it's the only listing. Got it. It went from like $16, $16. Only listing $515. I was like, that is not correct. No way. There's only one. I guess I just kind of didn't consider the fact that 50 cents 6-drops could jump that high. Weird. But yeah, Cole Stoke. Let's go back to it. I want to read it again real quick. Not collected. 5-drop, 5/4, Menace Death Touch. When this creature enters, put target creature with mana value 4 or less from a graveyard on the battlefield under your control with a finality counter on it. The creature gains Menace, Death Touch, Haste. At the beginning of your next end step, exile that creature. I'm gonna have to look up the Master Multiplied because it is not on Arena. I'm like 100% sure actually. Brawl. The Master. Not collected. Multicolor, yeah, no shot. This card that jumped up like 2,500%. 6-drop. Red, black, and 4. 4/3. Myriad. The legend rule doesn't apply to creature tokens you control. Triggered abilities you control can't cause you to sacrifice or exile creature tokens you control. It's a shoo-in if you're trying to do Deadpool things. And people are doing degenerate Deadpool things, by the way. They're doing, like, all of the red clone effects. They're doing, like, the flip a coin when a creature enters, a whole bunch of stuff like that. Because you just swap text boxes on whatever you want. You don't gotta worry about keeping them around or whatever. Ooh la lek. I'm tempted to Dragon's Approach. Or I'm tempted to Faithless Loot away one of our lands. It depends on what we draw, I guess. Because we got a turn 3 Vadrak into... Let's see. Alright, that's pretty good. Let's Faithless Loot. It's looking like Swamp... I do think it's Swamp Dragon's Approach. I still do. The second Swamp is risky. That's not good. How bad will this Ulalek be? What a good land. Yeah, you got it. Okay. How bad? Okay, not terrible yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They can cast Ulamog next turn. Okay. It's pretty good. I think I have to cast my cards. Well, that cuts them down on 3 mana. I really want to do the Shadow's Verdict, but I would lose Vadrak. How bad is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Bad. Take action. I would like Drakaseth. Verdicts. Your move. Because they're down to 6 mana now. Oh no! They tapped wrong, luckily. But we're dead. Even with that, we're dead. Oh no! Oh no! I should have waited. We're just dead. Wait. Wait. They didn't even have to copy it with Ulalek. They made 1, 2, 3, 4 copies because these triggered twice. Actually, this triggered and was copied, and this triggered and was copied. So they made 4 copies. And each copy, if a triggered ability, would trigger again. Okay, so each one triggers 3, 6, 18. I don't know, what's 18 times 3? Geez, 24, 54? They had so much damage on this deck. There was... Sometimes they have it. That's all I gotta say. Wow. Alright. Oh my goodness, we got brutalized. Alrighty. Huh. Ha 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 ha. Okay. Slimefoot and Squee. How bad will this be? Pretty bad if we keep drawing these tap lands. I'm gonna Faithless Loot next turn. Let's lead with this. This? Seems proper. And then play Contaminated Aquifer as our tap land. Flyfoot and Squee. They have the pretty lands too. Shock it in, dig 6? Shock it in, dig 6 seems real good. Yeah, you got it. What did you plot? Okay. Bin. Cast it again. Bin. How many dragons approaches do we have in the bin now? 3? View browser. 4. Draw this, go for a 5th. Take action. Hidetsugu and Kairi seems best here? I think. That is so many dragons approaches. This. Order dragons approach after big score. Okay. So they can't do the thing. Yeah, we'll do that. They can sacrifice it anyway, it's free damage. Big score gives us a dragon's approach, which isn't terrible. If we want it. We can wait. Watch as they, like, discard a dead thing. Like, a huge thing. Mill 3, return 2. Bambi's pretty good. They probably bring back the angel, right? Yeah. Joke's on you, I can just take it out. Cast a dragon's approach? I mean, like, I don't have any secrets. I don't know what to say. Four, 8, do we die? 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18 Exaxes? I think we're dead. Really? No, we're not. No, we're not. Okay. That's fine. I thought we were super dead. That's okay. That's fine with me. Alright, we did. It was a little shaky there for a minute. It was a bit shaky for a minute. I don't know if I want to upgrade another flare in. In looking at what I had, actually, I don't know is that the flares are super great. Outside of red. The red flare does seem really good. With like 5 total creatures across the other 2 colors. Not it. not it at all. It turns my commander into a discard a card, they sacrifice half their things, which isn't great for 7 mana. I guess, well, 7 mana, they discard half of their hand and sacrifice half of their permanents. It's not terrible, very much so not good. This is the one that hurts people, right? Alright, this is the one that hurts people. I feel bad about our bird staying alive. Let's just say that. I feel less bad about our bird staying alive. Stocking the pantry. Okay. Can they kill my land? If they have a land, there's a very good chance they can actually take it out. Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. Let's hit them. That seems good. We are going to take all of their fight spells, as many as we can. As many as we can. Is Shadow Spear or Sword of Once and Future worse? I don't know the answer to that question. I think Sword of Once and Future, since it shuts off half of our deck. Royal Roll's an instant? Hold on. How much mana do they have access to? Okay. Let's do this. Shuffle back in. We can't get rid of Sword of Once and Future right now, but if they cast and equip, that is all of their mana used. Seems good. However, if they try to fight Thieving Haven, we can protect it. Yeah, okay, okay. That was a very tricky one to play through. Ever get shut down by one card completely? Oh, I get to level up. That happened so fast. I was just like... I completely just zoned out. I was like, oh yeah. Now what? 3 points. 3 points. Spicy, spicy, spicy. I was like, I've only been recording for an hour and a half. Do I really have another hour and a half left? No, I started recording an hour late. I started recording an hour late. That makes a lot more sense. Alright, what's up? What are we rocking? Xur. From what I remember, this matchup is horrible. Let's hope that I'm wrong. I see all of the good cards, but I can't cast any of them. Let's keep this one. Bottom of Dragon's Approach, we're going to aim to Faithless, 2 Dragon's Approaches, find lands. I guess we can Compulsive too if we needed to. Shocks it in. Confounding Conundrum. I don't know if I like that. we have our mana. Alright, we're gonna get rid of a swamp and a dragon's approach. Because every bit of damage helps, right? Our goal eventually is to find a board wipe and to balance it against them turning their land enchantments on, right? Scryland. Dragon's approach. 2. Your move, opponent. I'm worried about... Let's play a dragon, like an actual dragon. I'm worried about them just playing Zur and turning a thing on. Okay, so they're not just playing Zur this turn. Or, unless they discard a card? Ah! How nice, opponent. Let's... do this. Discard this. And miss a land drop because I forgot about it. That's fine. Let's discard a Dragon's Approach. Dragon's Approach is now turned on. Whenever this creature attacks, it gets plus X plus O, where X is the number of creature cards in the defending player's graveyard. Definitely didn't read that card. We might be big scoring for just to get to Psychrift. We are definitely big scoring to get to Psychrift. Hold. Big score. Drop. Demand answers. Okay. Tough. Huh. Yep, not surprised. I guess we could single target, but like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is it 7 to overload? Yeah. We need a land off the top. I kind of am sad about the 2 that we discarded. I guess we could have single targeted whatever they hit with Zur. I'm not worried about that though. I'm worried about just them overwhelming me with value. So a land is what keeps us alive here. And I cannot otherworldly gaze. My turn. Whew, never punished. Autopay. They're set back at least a little bit, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We discard Otherworldly Gaze, and we can still flash it back next turn. Because we've got 3... Heliod, get out of here. Alright, Heliod. Alright, Ghostly Prison seems like the proper play to them. Makes sense. Land off the top would be huge. Second land off top? Now we're gaming. Let's actually take action and hit. Red Dragon puts him at 8. 7, 6, 5. We can threaten lethal, but I'm worried about the 3 cards in hand, one of them being removal. But if it's not removal, we just win, right? Let's be greedy. We cannot attack. Let's be greedy. If they have a single target removal spell or a board wipe, we fell for it, right? But I'm assuming they relied on Ghostly Prison to not have to deal with that. They can turn on Zur. Swing with Heliod, I guess. That's not terrible. But then Zur dies. Yep, okay. I will discard a card. I will cast this in my upkeep. That would have been terrible. Draw. Main, let's attack. Okay. I'm seeing the thing. Let's sacrifice the guy. We should have gone for the safe play. Because now they can turn on Heliod or whatever they want to and start gaining life. Really? Oh, yep, okay. That makes sense. That's just a static ability, too. I forgot about that. Huh. They have gained so much life back. Uh-huh. We got greedy and paid for it. Dearly. In the trenches. And now they can... Yeah, we're dead. Lightning Shrieker would have not helped in the slightest. Sadness on the stack. Good game. Because they were at 6, right? At one point, they might have been at 4. I think they just cast the removal spell on the little guy, right? Well, no, because they still had to deal with Red Dragon. I don't know. In general, that was just unfortunate. Yeah, Zur is a hard matchup to beat. I guess... Yeah, no, we had to Psych Rift, right? We could have waited until their turn, let them cast spells, activate Zur, and then Psych Rifted. I think that was our better play, actually. Like, let them do whatever they want to. It's fine. Boom, Psych Rift. Now you don't have mana either. Hindsight, the 3 damage was not worth it. Back to back? Nah, okay. I like it. I like it a lot. I like it. We lost that game. We did not win that game. I almost added a thing. Will we get to 40 today? It's not impossible, right? Otherworldly Gaze, we have no access to any of the stuff that we want to do. Joda. Have Faith we draw a blue source is not something I'm confident in. Better. Not great, but better. Keep. Let's go. Do I not have... Oh, man. Oh, I have a blue-black. Okay. It's not a good blue-black, but it is a blue-black at the very least. Which is fine. We think they cast a turn 3 play, right? But if they don't, it'd be really cool. It'd be really cool. Yeah, that's fair. Blue source. Cast this. Surveil Dracoset to the bottom. Cast a Dragon's Approach. Attack. Alright, what you got, Joda? Land. Murder. Murder. That's a lot of dragons approaching. But I am handless. I am totally handless, so. Antris Restoration. Very, very good card. One of my, I think this is my favorite tutor effect currently. Like land tutor effect. My favorite cultivate effect rather. Okay. Them discarding 2 is brutal here. Gristlebrand? I'll deprive them of mana. No, no attacks. Okay. Well. Sorcery, land, artifact, creature. Those are some pretty good creatures. I hope they don't take Shieldred. They took Shieldred. No attacks, that's fine. Right. And I'm just gonna cast the flare, there's no reason not to. That's really good. Really good. Okay. We're kind of just getting overrun by value. And we don't even have 4 Dragons approaches, we need a second one. Never mind, we need a lot. Sacrifice an artifact or discard a card? Let's do this now? Not now. It doesn't matter. 4 damage to target creature. And we have to copy it then? Wait, this is huge, actually. Hold on. Both. 4 damage, destroy. Autopay. Flare. Sacrificing... Vadrak? 4 damage, destroy. That's huge. Okay. Take action, back to the friend zone. Now we just need a way to get rid of Shieldred. Which we do not have. We need a top deck of the century. Mom is good. Mom is... Yep. Okay, we have a turn to deal with Mom. That top deck was spicy. That sequence was nice. We're probably still dying. Let the record show. We just need to somehow mill them 36 cards. They have so many big spells in their graveyard. That's the issue, right? We have 1 Dragon's Approach. It doesn't matter, right? So let's just do it. Let's cast our black spell. Not many things got exiled. Not many things at all. I need my own Bajuka Bog. They can cast whatever they want for free. They could have cast Joda into Shieldred if they wanted to. Very dead in a turn, right? Good flashback. We need a top deck to save us. And it needs to be something now. It is not something now, I can tell you that. Good game. Close. Close. Almost had him. Almost had them. Hi, Lamog. Okay. We almost milled them out, too. Alright. Almost milled them out, you know? Very close, very close. We might survive this turn. You know? The world works and the Lord works in mysterious ways. You never know. When I said that, it reminded me of the time that Tom Bombadil... No, that the Prismatic Bridge deck just went off and scooped, because it was an enchantment bridge deck with weird creatures. It was such a weird game. Alright, that was 1. We cast 1 black spell that game. Well, 2, Xander. Yeah, we burned up all of our fuel, and then just crumbled. Crumbled to dust. Sure. I'm in the habit of keeping bad hands today. Why not? What's the worst that happens? We get drowned out in value by Chulane? We discard Faithless Looting on turn 3? Let's go. Not fond of that, but also, like, it's just a random common. Ooh, is it bunnies? Is it Banuis? Chulane Banui? That would be a first if it's, what's its face? Heir Apparent? But why would you run this over Heir Apparent? Okay. I'm thinking it is a legitimate deck, and that's just some random one drop that they had. I guess they're trying to go as low as possible, right, and flood the board. Alright, that's good. Let's do that later. I'm so confused about the Sanctifier. Like, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Sure, I suppose. Let's gaze for our third land, please. That's pretty good. Interestingly enough, there is a point in time where... Oh, man. There's a point in time where they... I can kill Nissa before they interact. Yeah, mana does go away as Steps and Faces end. You can get any 3-drop elemental you want. That's not bad. It's a thing for their mana, right? We'll do this now. Oh, thank goodness. I legitimately think this is our line. Right? Like, maybe this? Maybe this. This is our line, just in case we need to do something on turn 4 instead of Roscoe. No, we needed that for Roscoe. That's fine. It's fine. We can cast Highway Robbery and Faithless Looting or something. I forgot we needed the 4th mana to do Roscoe things, which is awkward for us. Either way, we're gonna cast our bird. Like, that was never debated. This is where they find out, hey, we're playing degenerate cards. Would you like to cast Chulane? Conjure 2 cards named Forest into hand. So they're setting up for Chulane next turn with a 1-drop or something. Okay. Not bad. I would very much so like to connect with my bird. Like, I would like nothing more than to connect with this bird right now. And I really want this bird to live. Okay, not reach. Vigilance. Okay, not reach. Good to know. They've gained so much life. They actually haven't. Hold on. I haven't dealt them any damage. They've dealt all of this damage to themselves. But they've gained it all back. They have no mana. Let's block this. Smothering Tithe. Huh. I'm very sad now. Very sad now about what I chose to do. Let's discard Dragon's Approach. Alright, that's fine. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We go to 11. Alright, sure. What you got, Chulane? Yeah, you got it. I guess me getting mana depends on them having creatures. We might need to fish for a board wipe. Looks like they have creatures. An amount of creatures at the very least. Oh yeah, they're gonna have creatures. I forgot about that. Nissa. Okay. We go to 11. Because we take 9. Can we afford to swing with the bird? What if answer is no, however, we just cast Smothering Tithe? Our bird gets bigger, we can kill a thing, they have to think about stuff now? No attacks, this. I have made 2 incorrect decisions back to back, and I'm so sad about it. That's fine. If we had led with Faithless, we would have been able to cast Damnation, which I think saves us a lot of damage. If you control 7 or more lands, Flicker Nissa. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, they're getting Nissa this turn. We're just dead this turn. That's what's up. Okay. Well, no, they're probably gonna hit Smothering Tithe, actually. That might just be scary enough to them to hit Smothering Tithe. Because the one thing that terrifies a player is if you take a game action when they're doing stuff. I don't want you to make mana. I want to draw cards. I want to draw 30 cards on my own. You don't get 30 mana. Right? Glad I didn't cast Rusko now. But I'm also sad that I didn't get this. Yeah, they're going for the win. Okay. They did the math. They are correct. They know. Mill 3 cards. Okay. What if I had a thing opponent? What if I had a 3-drop? Okay. Aw, man. Yeah, they're as low to the ground as possible. Pretty neat deck. I'm so used to the flashy stuff. Three lands. You mean if your planes or a creature card with mana value 3 or less. Delny. Delny triggers 2-lane 2. Okay. Yeah, okay. If I live, Smothering Tithe has paid for itself. And therefore I can Rusko and Damnation. I would be doing Damnation first, of course. But I'm pretty sure they'll just... If they're not blinded by greed, which they did the correct play already, they're just attacking for lethal. Right? That's pretty cool. That's so many triggers. That's so many triggers. What the heck? Yup. Yeah. Very cool. I'm F6'd, opponent. You got it. So they can't do the thing again. But they're untapping with a metric ton of mana, so... Ranger Captain, do I live? Wait. If they're smart, they sack Ranger Captain and upkeep. Which they've been smart this entire time, except for that last thing. They have so much mana. Sure. I guess they could get something that buffs everything, right? How many mana have you... How much mana have you given me? I have 8 treasures. Very cool. Shrieking Drake? Okay, that's a combo piece. I'll do this. I don't want to deal with it anymore. Creatures you control gain haste until end of turn. I still want to keep that, right? Like, I don't want to activate that. So I'm F6. Resolve all. I really wish you could F6 a specific permanent. Like, hey, don't ask me for Bitter Reunion anymore, please. They can now draw their deck. They now have infinite mana, they now Crater Hoof, right? Like, I'm dead. I'm just dead. They have an unproportionally large amount of life. Shrieking Drake returns back to its hand. They make... I guess it's not infinite. They need lands to perpetuate this effect, yeah? Oh, it's not because of Delny either. Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, they have to bounce something else. Because it's not targeting, it's on resolution. Oh. Okay. I mean, in my opinion, they just, you got it. Give me that mana. Give me that mana. Yeah. Okay. I forgot that Delny would trigger Shrieking Drake too, of all things. This makes it so much more annoying for them. Yeah, you got it. You've got to sequence this. I don't care too much. Okay, the bounce Ranger Captain, unsurprisingly. They do need the mana for it, though, right? Counter up to one target activated or triggered ability? Okay. 3, 5, 7, 9. Down to 1? Very nice. Thank you for the mana too, opponent, actually. Wow. Guide of Souls. Wait. Didn't... Guide of Souls would just have been lethal. If they played... I guess they might have drawn Guide of Souls recently. But if they played Guide of Souls, anytime they entered, they would get a thing. They would have had lethal. Watching this decision-making is fascinating. Uh-huh. Yeah, you got it. Can I perpetuate the process? My worry now, after combat, is they go to... They get enough mana to Psych Rift. That's what now I'm worried about them working towards. Do we cast Xander and then Damnation and then Rusko? They're giving us so much mana. They're also getting so much life. I think we Xander first, right? Well, hold on. Four, 8, yeah. Let's cast Xander. Okay. Give Xander haste, swing with Xander. Yes. Haste. They have no creature lands. Attack Nissa with Xander. "28 cards in deck. They probably chump here, right? Chump, bounce with theirs, Tulane. Don't bounce with Tulane. Okay. Do they then have interaction instead? I would like to discard a card. Let's discard a Dragon's Approach? I'm trying to bait out counter magic, or draw into my copy spell, so that I can get this damnation through. Right. Discard a card, Dragon's Approach. Sure. We just gotta go for it. Their correct play is to bounce Skyclave here. But it really just depends on what they want to save. Like, the most correct play to me is bounce Skyclave. They want to be greedy and bounce Shrieking Drake. Okay. Take action. Now we get to do this. Yeah, we get so many goodies now. It triggered twice. I forgot about that. It triggers twice. Up to 2. I forgot we don't get it back. It just puts things on board. They're at 59. They're at a lot of life. They're at so much life. What is that? When it enters, draw a card, then scry 2? Okay. Tulane. They have so much mana. They have so much mana. Alright. They can do the Shrieking Drake thing a lot. We don't know that they discarded Tidebinder, did we? Or did they? I have... Yeah, you got it. Now it's gonna ask me every single time. Okay. Good luck finding your cards, opponent. What do you have? You have Delny, you have Skyclave. Alright, those are at the top, which makes it sad. Did they discard Tashana? Yes, they did. Okay. Is Retrace as sorcery? No. So they can do that whenever they want. How deep are they gonna go? Right? Like... That's it? Very nice. Very nice. They just gave up. They're like, I'm not gonna deal with this. So many cards in the graveyard. In a normal game of Commander, probably fine. In a game where you have to click through so many different options, I felt confident in my ability. I was a little worried when I misordered cast, drew Omniscience, or not Omniscience, wow, drew, Omniscience. Omniscience? That's only ever been Mythic, right? Let's take a peek. No, I'm not adding Omniscience to my deck. I don't ever get to 10 mana. No. No, bad me. Damnation. When I misplayed and drew Damnation, I was like, it's so over. And then I watched them tap the creature that gave them lethal, and I'm like, well, actually, how do we feel about Castle Vantress? Tap unless you control an island, but it lets you scry 2 for 5? Not terrible. We have... what? What do we have? We probably have time for one more game, right? We have 4 points. We have 2 lands we can add. I want blue-black. We don't have any of these. So let's pimp our tapped land up. Get rid of the Aquifer. Aquifer? Actually, it might be the bridge now. Yeah, it's the bridge. And then let's get rid of... hold on. What else do we have? We have Bojuka Bog, which would have been useful in one of those games. I don't remember which one. Surveil Land. Surveil Land. So we have 2 Surveil Lands. We have 1 Fetch Land. Is another Fetch the play? Is the Fetch for our other pair of colors the play? I guess there's 3 Fetches that work in our colors. Let's see. Fetchable blue. Fetchable blue. Fetchable blue. Fetchable blue. So we have 4 fetchable blue sources. Fetchable black, black, black. 3 fetchable black sources. Fetchable red. 1, 2, 3. So we need a red-black. We get the Raucous Theater as our other one, and cut a Drossfort Bridge. Do we cut Drossfort Bridge, or do we cut... I think, yeah. I think we're at the point where we can't cut untapped lands for tapped lands. And Tramway Station still has more value, in my opinion. Alright. So that brings us up to 38, 39? Something is not correct here. Something is not correct here. We will have to figure out our... I think it's 39. I think 39 is correct. I think we have 0 points. I think I missed adding a value somewhere. Or I'll just be using an illegal deck. It's fine. It's my challenge. In which case, oh no. But let's see. 1. Let's just try this real quick. 1, 2, 3. Why? What? Why? 3, 4, 5, 6. These are all commons? Yes. Bojuka Bog's a common too, yeah? 7, 8. I forgot we were using 1 random. This was rare. I remember. Archmage Emeritus is a rare. Damnation's a rare. Ruska's a rare. Flare's a rare. Vadric has been very good to me. Vadric is one of those that I'm like, I have no regrets. Let's put our uncommons in this pile. Rapacious was uncommon? Yeah. Lorien Revealed, Young Red. Choice of Fortunes was uncommon. That is also one that's been very kind. I think Compulsive was a common, but we'll put it in this unknown pile. Uncommon. Common? I forgot about that. Uncommon, rare. Common, uncommon. I love these uncommon thief cards. Crime is good. Psychrift was a rare. What did I just get rid of? It was one of our lands. Hold. Time to go back in my stream and watch what I just cut. Blood Crypt. Cool. I literally could have seen it. It's on this page. That's fine. Blood Crypt. Okay. Thank goodness for the power of instant speed playback. Alright, let's keep going. Bitter Union, common. Common, I'm pretty sure. Uncommon. Common. Is that a magic? Does it say? Hold on. Interesting. It says magic at the bottom. On the little sticker, I didn't ever notice that before. All right, let's count this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 flare. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So that's 34. 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43. Something is not correct here. Or we've been cheating this whole time. Hold. The only things that I could see are there some rarity changes here somewhere. You want an extra preview? Alright, we're gonna... No extra game today. We're gonna figure this out. This is the rest of the stream. I'm going to check these one by one and see if these are indeed good or not. Faithless. Excuse me? Why did my game stop working? Faithless. Faithless Looting is in fact common. Compulsive is in fact common. Wash Away has only ever been printed once, right? So I'm like 80% sure this is not. Yep, this one is uncommon. DRC was never common, ever. Can guarantee that. Dragon Rage Chan. Yes, only ever uncommon. Was printed in Mystery Booster 2, though. Impetuous Lootmonger has only ever been in Arena. Choice of Fortunes, also only ever been in Arena. Solve the Equation, only ever printed at uncommon, but let me double check. Solve the Ek. Yes, only ever printed once, actually. Huh. Really? Really? Huh. I didn't realize that hadn't been reprinted. Thieving Haven's only ever been on Arena. Unforgiving Overtake, same dealio. Rapacious Dragon. Rapacious Dragon was common. Okay. Good to know. Red Dragon could be common? Maybe? Nope. Is uncommon. Has always been rare. Has always been rare. Has always been rare. The lands, I know, for sure. Well, what about the fetches? The fetches have always been rare, right? They were never print. If they were ever printed at uncommon, I would be surprised. Yeah, they've only been rares or mythics. Psych Rift, I'm sure, has never been. So we're gonna put that in rare. Yeah. Bergie's only been printed at rare, I believe. Bergie has been reprinted, though. Bergie has been reprinted. No? I thought for sure. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah, no, only ever in Cold Time. I thought they were in a commander deck. The flares are new, they've only been rare. Vadric has only been printed at rare. Vadric, not Vadrock. Archmage Emeritus, I could see uncommon, but I believe rare. I could see it. Yeah, only rare. Been reprinted 3 times. Damnation. Wait. Okay, you can't do that to me, game. Gatherer has 1 black logo. It's the Masterpiece series. This is not a common. I thought, like, wait, Damnation was common? Since when? Was Ruska? Hold on. Let me look at a technicality. Rusko's uncommon. We could been done added Rusko since it was printed in the convention booster at uncommon. Huh. Okay. Crux of Fate. I learned a thing. This might be where our stuff happens too. Shadow's Verdict. Shadows with an apostrophe after the S. Shadows. Bird. Only ever once, actually. Hidetsugu and Kairi is definitely, and then I believe Zrakaseth has always been rare, but let me double check. Yes, okay. So let's count it up. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41. So we cannot add one of our lands. One of our lands cannot come in. Did I update it? Maybe it... Maybe I updated it when it was not ready to be updated. Or maybe I forgot to update. Either way, let's go back to our common lands. Tap lands. We have a disproportionately large amount of swamps in our deck, I'm realizing. But it's because all of the cards we want to cast are black, like over here. We have to cut a card. It's gonna be one of these. Hold on. Blue, blue, blue. Blue. Black, 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 black. Red, 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 red. Okay, I got excited basically. Let's cut a red, blue one. Red Blue Surveil, I think, because most often we will be dealing with that. And then Welcome Back Molten Tributary as our fetchable one. Alright. And with that, we now have the right amount of points allocated for the right amount of rares and uncommons. Rusko's an uncommon. That gives me heebie-jeebies. That gives me a gross feel. I lied about not having a game. We're playing one more. I want to see how it goes. It could go very badly, that's fine. So, knowing that we never, since we had points stacked up, we never actually had an overage. Except for maybe one game at level like 35, 36. I'm trying desperately to keep track of all of these cards. There's so many Magic cards. Speaking of so many Magic cards, a Magic unbanning is happening in, what, 3 weeks? 2 weeks? 2 weeks. The 22nd. I want Golos free. I've always wanted Golos back. I feel like Golos was banned because he was popular, and that makes me sad. Don't get me wrong, Golos is incredibly good. There's still nothing that does exactly what Golos does. But there's many, many things that do 2 or 3 of the things Golos does. I think Golos does 4 things. I think he is colorless, easy to cast, fetches a land into play, any land, into play directly, and then also, we're gonna die on like turn 4. This is fine. Also has an infinite mana outlet, right? Those are the things that Golos got punished for. The more Magic cards are printed, I think it is more and more likely that Golos comes back. What I'm hoping does not happen, in general, in this economy? No. Get out of here. I'll take 2. Gladly. I am sincerely hoping that this year, next year, that's, oh man. Come on, bring it. What you got? Man, if I had a red creature, I would absolutely flare if they exiled my Rusko. That's tough. Unfortunate. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Do we shock it in? Yes. I'm going to die. Very, very large chance I die. I can put the thing on. I'm hoping they try to kill Rusko. I genuinely am hoping. Yep, you got it. Uh-oh. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Destroy all non-dragons, please. Okay. Hold, we're staying alive. I realized approaches or Midnight Clock's a non-bow with Dragon's Approach. Alright. Their commander costs 6 now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I draw a land, I'm on to Xander. Hey, what are you looking at my tramway station for? Don't look at my tramway station. I'll get a blue source. Like, I'm not silly. I run basics. Do I get a black source, though, if they blow up another one? I think I get a red source, right? But okay, you got me. Italy, stop with the... Okay. Stop with all of the creatures, please. Heir appearance. Oh, okay. Got it. 10. Please, please, please try to exile my thing. I got to do the red thing. This is what we were hoping for. Yep. Honestly, that worked out pretty well. Legitimately. Okay, hold on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, I die. We have to do this. We have to damnate. We have to single target damnation. And then I'm actually just gonna hold this up. Very, very funny. It's not 12 or more, right? It's only ever 12? That's so much. That's so much. Non-instance. That's rough. Did Vadric get yeeted? No, just clock. I can do both. Did they pay Offspring? Yes, they did. Okay. Okay, I'm running out of patience, honestly. Hold. Alright. One of these things is almost good, but I need a board wipe. So I think I'm stealing their board wipe, right? Discard Dragon's Approach. Okay. Wait. This does the thing. This saves us. No, it doesn't. I'm not cracking that Scalding until I know I'm safe. I am not cracking that Scalding until I know I'm safe. Okay. Yeah. Ooh. Okay. They want to keep their bunny safe. Pass to blockers. Block here, block here. Take 1. So I get to do this. I do get to do this. Do I have a Surveil land? Do I have a fetchable Surveil land? Yes. What do I have? I need blue. Do I have blue-black? Yes. Okay. Feels good. Alright. They just gotta cast Arabella and rip it, right? Like, rip the Band-Aid. Let's do this. Discard Dragon's Approach. Cast Dragon's Approach. Cast Dragon's Approach. I don't have a dragon that keeps me alive, right? So I just go for lethal. 5. 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11. They have to block with Arabella. I almost lost. You couldn't have scripted it better. You could not have scripted that better. We had every single thing fall into place as needed for that. Oh, okay. Level 40. Level 40. Not 401. Level 40. Oh, okay. How many things had to happen there? How many times did we board wipe? We had destruction for the commander. Then they played Adam Bakal. Then we had how many board wipes did we cast? That was an insanely Hey. Listen here. What is this? What is this achievement? Cast 100 cards from exile over any number of games. Alright, listen here. I'll take a title, I guess. I do like this mastery system. This mastery system's cool. So many things had to go right in that game for us to actually win. And it was by Xaxes. And they just had to hope that it wasn't our last card wasn't the 3 damage spell. If Bergie did not prevent mana from going away, we lost. Because I would have only had 2 mana. I needed exactly that mana. Okay. Crazy. Okay. The one shot. Okay, I'll try to... Sorry for your ears. I'll try to Aetherflux somebody later. But that's gonna be it for the stream today. Feels good. Feels good. 10 more wins, we get mythics. I don't know what mythics we'd be adding, but we definitely could get... Alright, for Grish, I know 1 mythic that we'll be adding. But that'll be for next week or the week after, probably. For now, I'm gonna dip on out. I got some stuff to work on today. I'll be back on Wednesday with Astral Chain, as usual. I might be rocking some hunts in the Monster Hunter in our Discord if people want to hunt Azoshia or want to help other people hunt Azoshia. But otherwise, either way, DM me, let me know. I'll be back on Wednesday. Thanks for hanging out, guys. I always appreciate it, as always. And most important advice I leave you with, take care. Remember to tell the people you care about that you love them. I'll see you Wednesday. Bye.